What's up everyone, and welcome to another episode of QTE News right here on Stay and Play, where we break down the gaming industry faster than your PS4 breaks down trying to load Genshin Impact.
Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't just say, oh no, he's in. Yes, he did.
Let's get into it. But before we get into the juicy news, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what I am dishing, please don't forget to hit that like, that subscribe, and ring the notification bell for all my latest videos. Let's get into it. Sony has confirmed that the PlayStation 5 has shipped over 80.3 million units globally since its launch in November 2020. This news comes via Sony's latest financial earnings for Q1 financial year 2025. Here's the breakdown. 2.5 million PS5 units shipped in Q1, up slightly from 2.4 million in Q1 fiscal year 2024. 65.9 million software units sold across PS4 and PS5 in the quarter. Digital sales accounted for 70% of game sales, 123 million monthly active users across the PlayStation network, and PlayStation Plus subscribers sits at 47.4 million, holding steady year over year. Sony is maintaining its full-year PS5 forecast of 18 million units, suggesting confidence heading into the holiday season. So, what can we say? Sony is killing it, or let's say the PlayStation division at Sony is killing it. It's the reason why Sony is still afloat right now. So shout out to PlayStation for maintaining this.
Go, Jam, go!
So Sony's push into the live service market continues to stumble. Initially, the company planned to release 12 live service games by March 2026. However, based off of the news that we've gotten recently over the year, we know that number has been diminished. So here's what's going on. 2 additional unannounced live service games have reportedly been cancelled, bringing the total down further. One of the cancelled projects was the rumored God of War related live service game that was in very early stages. Concord, as we all know what happened to that one. Sony acknowledged in its financial call that its live service strategy is not going entirely smoothly, citing challenges in balancing traditional blockbuster development with the demands of long-time live service support. So here's a bit of context. Sony's shift towards live service was largely driven by acquisitions like Bungie, the makers of Destiny, which was brought in to help guide other studios on long-term monetization and retention models. However, recent reports suggest that Bungie has been blocking or heavily restructuring several live service pitches that didn't meet internal quality standards.
Off with your head!
Continuing to talk about Sony, this time focusing on Bungie. Sony has confirmed that Bungie, the developer behind Destiny and the original Halo trilogy, is now fully integrated into the PlayStation Studios family. While Bungie was acquired in 2022 for $3.6 billion, it had previously operated with a degree of independence, maintaining its own publishing capabilities and cross-platform commitments. With this shift, Bungie is now listed alongside Naughty Dog, Santa Monica Studios, and Guerrilla Games as a first-party PlayStation Studios developer. The studio will continue to operate Destiny 2 and other projects across multiple platforms, but PlayStation will now have deeper oversight and collaboration on future Bungie titles. Integration means tighter sharing of technology, development tools, and live service expertise across all Sony studios. So, what are my thoughts on this? I'd say this was to be expected, and it's about damn time.
Finally, about damn time.
Hopefully this will allow Sony to manage them much better, because apparently management was not doing their job throughout the years. So Sony has been very good at managing their first party studios. Hopefully they can whip Bungie back into shape, because clearly a lot has happened over the years. Let's see what happens in the coming years with Bungie now being part of Sony Studios officially. Moving on to the last news segment for today. Developer HoYoverse announced it will end support for Genshin Impact on PlayStation 4, citing limitations in hardware performance and storage capacity. Here's the rollout schedule. September 10, 2025, Genshin Impact will be removed from PlayStation Store for PS4. February 25, 2026, in-game purchases on PS4 will be disabled. April 8, 2026, PS4 user will no longer be able to log in, effectively ending support. Cross-save functionality will still allow players to move their progress to PS5, PC, or mobile. So, why it's happening? Hoyoverse says the PS4 can no longer meet the game's technical demands, especially with future expansions increasing the application size and complexity of environments. As Genshin grows, the aging PS4 hardware simply can't keep up with performance and platform requirements.
Getting too over this shit.
Yeah. So, world is getting bigger and more complex, and basically PS4 can't handle it. For a bit more context, PS4 launched in 2013 and still widely used, but its 8 gigabytes of RAM and aging CPU GPU setup are a major bottleneck. Genshin has grown significantly since its 2020 launch and now requires far more memory and faster load times. So what are my thoughts? This was bound to happen. We know that Genshin Impact is a persistent universe that's constantly growing, adding on, and as a game increases with its size and complexity, so does its requirements, and unfortunately PS4 will no longer meet those requirements.
Goodbye, old friend.
So here's the scoreboard. PS5 is thriving, Sony's live service roadmap looks like it's driving with a flat tire. Bungie is officially part of PlayStation Studios, honestly it's about time, and PS4 is finally being told it's time to retire from anime gacha adventures. All part of the wild ride that is modern gaming, but tell me, what do you think? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you like this content, don't forget to hit that like, that subscribe, and ring the notification bell for all my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out.
Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't just say, oh no, he's in. Yes, he did. Girl, you lying. Bitch, I ain't lying. It's the code. Shoot.